So now I have some rooms in here. So let's start defining them as actual rooms and tell Revit, hey, that's a room, this is a room, and start getting Revit to give us some more information. So to do this, you want to go to annotate, and then we have here a ton of different information. So see here, you see like your tags and stuff like that. In order for Revit to tag a room, you have to first define it as a room. So under architecture, on the right side here, we have all these different choices. So area is just gonna like calculate the area for you. So room is the one you want. And right now it's set to tag on placement by default. If you look up here, see how we get the green sort of modify thing? Be careful about the automatic rooms. It will work if it's like a nice clean shape. If you have any sort of like weird geometry, it'll start like overload. It doesn't know what to do. So there's also like a way to automatically do ceilings and stuff like that, which unless it's a very basic room, it sometimes doesn't work. Tag on placement is going to add, see how it says room? If you uncheck that, it's just going to make a room. And then later you have to go back and add the tag. So tagging on placement is going to do both steps at once. So I can go here and click there. That's going to make that a room. We can then, or if we don't want that one, we can say this should be the one. Then here you have 2. We're going to do 3, and then 4. So we've got that. Now, what that creates is 2 things. One is the actual room tag, which is what tells you the name of the room. The other thing is, if we look, if you select the room and you hit tab, you'll eventually get like that X, and the X is the actual like room properties. And so that tag doesn't have to be in the room as long as this X crosses within the room. So I can move this door tag like out here, the room, and see it's like this is outside of its room. Do you want a leader or do you want the tag to be within its room? So you can hit OK and it will say it doesn't know where it is because it needs to be within its own room. Or you can just hit leader and then you can move it wherever you want. And it can say like, look, that's a room. So if you have like a really tiny like closet, you could do that. It would point to it. And you can change like the settings on that and everything. But by default, you would typically want to just have like the tag in the room. You can rename the room. So this one could be like main lobby. You can make this one, and it's kind of weird. Sometimes it makes you like add like a million spaces and then it will, for whatever reason, do that. Sometimes you gotta like if you try and make it 2 lines, it doesn't like it. And sometimes you can adjust that thing. So here you can select it and by default it's room tag, but then you also have room tag with volume or room tag with area. So that one will give you how many square feet you have. And you can grab all of these and change them at once. So you can see kind of like how big your rooms are. So let's say this one was like office. This one could be restroom. And then maybe we get rid of this wall. And then this becomes, I don't know, welcome center. It's on the Yep. So there's sheets there, and next week you'll have more than that. But the ones that you make today will still be like the same ones for next week. You just are adding more detail, and then you just keep printing.
Well, since you brought it up, so the question I have was with weapon ceiling plan, I don't have drop ceilings, so just start, just show you.
Yep, but I don't think did I put that one on the list?
Cover sheet, architectural site plan, floor plan, 1, 2, roof
Okay.
plan. The other thing was